I know I'm wearing a carrot onesie. This is not my carrot onesie. This is clearly a kangaroo. It even has a tail. Hello everyone and welcome back to Alyssa Bree for another who knows what day of the week it is. Now I know I'm wearing a kangaroo onesie, but that's A, because it's kind of cold in my room. Oh dear. And B, I just didn't really want to properly get dressed today, so I decided, you know what, a onesie is perfectly acceptable to wear in your video. Oh my god, what's going on? Now, I decided to start a new segment on my channel where I'll probably make several of these, but it's going to be like story time with Alyssa, where I tell you about something that's happened to me, something stupid I've done, like my experiences and things, because I do a lot of stupid and weird things happen to me a lot of the time, so this is what I decided to do, is share them in kind of like a segmenty thing. Now, my first video is going to be something that's actually happened to me 3 times. Mind you, all 3 were not bad, 2 of them were actually pretty good experiences, which is what led me to make the mistake the 3rd time it happened. I seem to have this inability where if somebody asks me to eat a pepper as a dare, or just in general, I can't say no. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So my first time I think I remember this happening is I had been out like by the pool with my aunt and everyone else in my family, and we were eating dinner because my aunt and uncle were visiting from their hometown or where they lived at the time. And we had ordered Thai food for dinner, and there was like green Thai peppers that came with it that you're just like not supposed to eat. I guess you could, some people do, but my aunt was like, hey, eat it. And I think I made like some deal where she had to come swimming in the pool with us after dinner if I ate the pepper, but I ate the pepper. Well, I think half of it. I took a bite of half the pepper, ate it, took a bit of milk to help with a bit of the burn, and was fine. So that was my first instance of being like, hey, eating spicy peppers isn't that bad. Moving on, in grade 9, I think, so that's a few years back, I was at a weird type of farming thing on my school trip in geography, because I was in like French geography class, and we went to a farm. Well, like a weird garden-y, like community garden type thing. It was interesting, but there was red hot chili peppers, and the guys being guys just started eating them, and the girls being girls were not. But all the guys were like whining and complaining about how difficult it was to eat a red hot chili pepper. I've always been one to be like, I'm just gonna show people up. I ate an entire red hot chili pepper, no issues, eyes didn't even water, hands down, excellent, done. And that was my second pepper instance, which is why the 3rd time I ate a pepper, I was not really expecting what happened. Now, about 4 or 5 Christmases ago, my family and I went on a massive trip to Australia, New Zealand, and Thailand. We were gone for about a month. I spent Christmas in Cairns, Australia, which is kind of near the rainforest, and that's where I went to the Great Barrier Reef from. But we spent it there, and unlike in Canada and I think like the Americas in general, where you can easily find places open on Christmas Eve to have Christmas Eve dinner and get takeout from and stuff, there was only a bare minimum of places open on Christmas Eve. And the one we went to was kind of this weird, like, barbecue-y place. And the food was really, really good, actually. But something happened that I regret. My sister, nearing dessert time, was like, hey, Alyssa, why don't you take a bite and eat this entire green Thai pepper? Now, I don't know if you know this, but green Thai peppers are kind of up there with, like, jalapeno peppers, because there's, like, the scale of hotness of peppers or spiciness or whatever. And that's kind of where that goes. And it's kind of in the middle of that scale. You have like regular peppers down at the bottom, like ghost chili peppers and things you're not supposed to eat at the top. And I think one thing gets like incredibly weird where it's like the hotness of... Anyways, I don't remember. It's a weird scale. Look it up if you want to. But my sister was like, hey, take a bite of it. So I took a bite, an entire half of the green Thai pepper into my mouth, and started chewing. Now, peppers actually aren't that bad if you don't have the seeds. It's the seeds in a pepper that make something as spicy as it is. And I may have eaten several of the seeds that went along with the green Thai pepper. Now, if you ask my dad, he will tell you he has no idea. He didn't even think I would eat the green Thai pepper. My mom just kind of laughs about the experience, and my sister doesn't exactly remember asking me to eat the pepper, watching me do it. But it happened. I chewed the pepper for about 5 seconds before the burn hit. And it was like somebody set my mouth on fire, doused it in acid, whatever. It was on fire. It hurt so much. But I ate the entire thing and swallowed it. And the pain was unbearable. It was actually terrible, and I had never experienced pain like that in terms of burning in my mouth. I was crying. I was freaking out towards my parents needing help because it was terrible. And I'm not one for, like, publicly being weird in that regard of, like, crying and stuff in public, but it hurt. It hurt a lot. Now, thankfully at the time, my mom actually had a dessert that had ice cream with it, and milk products really, really help. Well, milk in general helps with spiciness. And cold also, that's why people go and drink water, but milk actually helps better. So I started eating the ice cream, which helped to an extent. It was still burning. And by the time we had actually left the restaurant, my mouth still burned somewhat from the green Thai pepper I ate. And it was just like, why did I do this? And thinking back on it now that it's a while, like, since it happened, I don't know why I did. What possessed me to think it would be a good idea to eat the pepper just because my sister told me to do it? I just think if somebody came up to me right now and was like, Alyssa, eat this pepper, I probably would. Which is hopefully nothing anyone will use against me in the future in making me eat random peppers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any weird, like, pepper-related experiences or spicy things you've eaten and it's gone terribly wrong, comment below. Let me know. I'd love to know that my pain is felt with other people and that I'm not the only one who's had these weird spicy experiences. If you want to see new videos that come on a completely irregular basis because I'm a university student, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe box below. And if you want to find my links to my Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram, you can find the links in the description below. I use them pretty frequently except for Tumblr. Unfortunately, I fear the Tumblr void, and I would probably get sucked into it as someone who likes funny things and on the internet relating to fandoms. And that's kind of all. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of segment, and I will be continuing them in the future with more stories of things like my need to be a fire truck, or who knows what. I have lots of stories. Hitting a tree. Anyways, I'll see you who knows when for another video. Do you think dragons, like, their mouths feel like they're burning?